All right, we finally got to the time where you can try to play as a member of a small ensemble. We have a piece of music, it's called Boogie Woogie Blues. It's made for three separate players. You need to go get the music. It is really important that if you are going to play, you should learn your part. What's tricky about most of these things, and I apologize because this is mirroring, and so it's not going to show it to you correctly. It's going to show it to, oh, I get, well, you never can tell. It's all backwards. But as you can see, everything that's beamed together on this extreme end means that all three of these lines of music get played simultaneously at the same time. Anything that happens vertically happens at the very same moment. All right. So if you're playing part one, you're only playing the top line. There are four systems, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you will only play the top line if you play part one. If you're playing part two, you ignore the other two and only play part two. And if you play part three, you would play the bottom one. Now, sometimes with instrumentalists, you just have your music, and that's a pretty wimpy weeny way to go, because if you don't see where everybody else is, you just don't know what's up. And, come on, learn to read. All right, so in this piece, you're going to notice that it is in 4/4 time. Everything's in tablature, but it's modified so it has that rhythm. What I will end up doing is playing through parts of this with you, and you and the people who are playing with, you're playing with, should decide which part are you going to play. Learn that part, and then you can start to work together. Now, playing together in a small ensemble can be tricky, especially if there are people who are, maybe they don't play as well as the rest of us, but this is a really good skill that we need to have. So take a look at the music. Learn your part. We have some tied notes here. Make sure that that makes sense. If you're playing part one, you're going to be playing out of first position in the 5th and 6th frets. So just reach up with your pinky and you should be fine. If you're playing part three, you are going to be all over the place. You're going to be on many more than just one string. Part two stays mostly on the 2nd and 1st strings and just barely goes to the 3rd string. You're going to need to know something about the music, though. Down in the 3rd system, there is what looks like a sight. If it's got a circle with a cross through it. That is the coda. Coda is the Italian word for tail, and in music it means the ending. And when you have directions like this, DC al coda, DC means da capo. Da capo is the head in Italian. Da coda is the tail, right? So DC means we're going to go up to the beginning, start to play again, and then when we get to this coda sign, we're going to cut this last little part out and just cut to these last couple measures here. If that doesn't make sense, come and talk to me. I will walk you through the directions. Okay, so watch the next couple videos. I will have one for part one, one for part two, and one for part three. This isn't a hard thing. You should probably learn to play more than one part. What's really fun is being able to play these songs together with people that you like. All right, good luck.